Hello everyone and welcome to a new lesson with Miss Rafa. Today we're going to have review 1. So if you're ready, let's get started. The first question. Choose the correct verb form of the following sentences. I have come to the conclusion that nowadays nobody cares about anything. They had been running for 3 hours when the storm suddenly broke. I assumed you had been paying for the repairs until the end of last year. She has been working on the manuscript for 2 years now. Susan keeps trying to pass her driving test but fails every time. في عنا الدلالة every time حاضر بسيط. I want complete silence now while I try this experiment. طبعا الفعل want ما بياخد ing وكلمة now بتدل على أنه التجربة عم تتم هلأ. I can't leave now. I am waiting for an important client. كلمة now بتدل على زمن المستمر. I wonder what had happened while I was away. في عنا الدلالة while. الجزء الثاني من جملة while بالماضي معناها الفراغ الأول لازم يكون بالماضي. أحلام مستغانمي has written some of the best novels in recent years. How many times have you had your house broken into? Question 2. On a separate sheet of paper, rewrite the following text using passive form of the underlined verbs in a suitable tense according to the context. Look at the sample given. Farmers grow food all over the country. Food is grown all over the country. In the past, they used the traditional methods, but now they are using more sophisticated ones. We can say in the past، طبعا هي دلالة ماضي. Traditional methods were used, but now more sophisticated ones are being used. Now دلالة حاضر. Since 1970s, the government has constructed many plants dedicated to produce agricultural equipment such as trucks, tractors, and fertilizers. Since بتدل على أنه رح نستخدم الزمن التام. Since the 1970s, many plants dedicated to producing agricultural equipment have been constructed by the government, such as trucks, tractors, and fertilizers. The government has also established special banks for giving loans to farmers. We can say special banks for giving loans to farmers have also been established by the government. On the other hand, local councils have opened many paths in the farming lands in order for facilitating the movement of crops to the markets. We can say, on the other hand, many paths have been opened in the farming lands by local councils in order for facilitating the movement of crops to the markets. The Ministry of Transport as well as the Ministry of Economy issue exporting certificates for improving small lorries and pickups. We can say exporting certificates are issued by the Ministry of Transport as well as the Ministry of Economy for importing small lorries and pickups. Farmers can use these vehicles to transport their crops and tools. We can say these vehicles can be used by farmers to transport their crops and tools. People expect that the agricultural production in our country will improve during the next years. We can say it is expected that the agricultural production in our country will improve during the next years. Question 3. Rewrite these sentences using have or get in the correct tense. Ranim wants a doctor to alter her nose. Ranim wants to have her nose altered. The mechanic changed the oil in my car. I had the oil in my car changed. Doctors amputated the patient's leg after the accident. The patient had his leg amputated after the accident. The shop on the corner usually mends my glasses. I usually have my glasses mended by the shop on the corner. A decorator has repaired our house. We have had our house repaired by a decorator. A friend of mine, who's an electrician, is going to repair my DVD player next week. I'm going to have my DVD player repaired by an electrician. Question 4. Choose the correct answer between brackets. Why should I change my habits to fit in with their way of life? His face became as black as coal after being criticized. It's a simile. The computers at school are all dinosaurs. It's a metaphor. In a few years, our country should be able to join the ranks of the world's most developed nations. I think you're supporting the wrong person. You shouldn't. Back the wrong horse. Part of the movie's success lies in the strengths of the supporting critics. He has never made an effort to keep up with current events. During certain scenes of the play, there isn't any scripts and the actors just improvise. She watched him walk onto the platform. He got into his car and drove off. The last question. Complete the sentences below with words derived from the words in brackets. I'm surprised by the. بعد the دائما بيجي اسم variety of university departments that a high-ranked student can choose. A successful person is able to differentiate between fantasy and كلمة and بتربط بين كلمتين من نفس النوع. كلمة fantasy اسم، إذن بعد كلمة and رح نحط اسم. reality. When I grow up, I want to be a بعد a بيجي اسم. biologist to study all types of living things. My elder brother is a بعد a بيجي اسم. specialist in designing artificial limbs. very soon قبل الاسم بيجي صفة. electrical power will be supplied by underground cables. That's everything for today. Thank you very much. See you next lesson.